Hey, welcome back everybody to A&W Acres. If you're new here, my name is Wes, and we've got a slight new project. So let me catch you up. Over the last few weeks, I registered the jet skis and I've been running them. They have been so much fun. But in doing so, we have developed some issues that we're going to talk about in another video. But I'm really happy that we chose to run them and kind of just work them out, see what's going to come up. So we have some work to do on those, but sitting off camera that you can't see yet is an awesome score. And I have my buddy Matt to thanks for this. Matt, it's in good hands. She'll be well taken care of. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Right? Pretty awesome. This here is a 1999 Kawasaki 1100 STX. The STX version is a 3-seater, 2-stroke, 3-cylinder, naturally aspirated, and this thing, I'm told, scoots. Now, I got this for such a great deal. So, but with great deals comes a price. Now, the seller, a good family friend, told me up front that, hey, the battery's dead and there's an issue with it cranking. It doesn't want to crank. So that could be just the battery's dead. It could be the solenoid. It could be some blown fuses. Could be a starter. And it could even be the engine or the pump are locked up. Now, this boat expires in 2025. It was not on the water in 24. But it was on the water in 23. So not too far removed from service. Now, we're not going to cut this ski up. We're going to keep it. We're going to use the other 4-stroke machine that we had originally worked on. It's the one that's kind of developed some issues. So we're going to work through that. And we're going to leave this one alone with the other 4-stroke machine. So we'll still have 2 jet skis and a jet boat. So come with me, guys, as we diagnose what's going on with this old gal. Okay, so let's pull the plugs and let's take a peek down inside here. These plug wires seem really good, nice and heavy. I don't see any cuts or chips or anything out of it that would indicate there were any issues with plug wires. Now, if you see some water in there, it's it's Ohio, and as I've mentioned in many of my videos, all it does is rain here. Okay, so there's the front cylinder, and honestly, it looks pretty good. Let's keep these in order. Okay. A little bit of oil on it. But again, this is a 2-stroke machine, so I'm not incredibly concerned. Now, visually inspecting down in here, I don't see really anything that causes me concern. I don't see corrosion. Okay, not bad at all. Not bad at all. So I think that I should be able to reach down in here. All right, well, I can't get a good grip on it. But right here, I don't know if you guys can see that. You have to believe me if you can't. Is the shaft that goes back to the pump. The pump being sitting back here, the water pump. I should be able to turn that pretty easily. All I'm going to do is gently, I'm not going to reef on it here, but I'm gently going to... Oh no, okay. So you can't see it, but I am able to turn that shaft. Let me get a bigger set of pliers. I don't want to mar that up. I'm able to turn that shaft, which is turning the pump and the cylinder. Yeah, and if I look down in here, I can see the cylinder moving, or the piston moving, rather. Let me try something else. There's a hole. Let me see if I can get a screwdriver in there. There we go. Oh, yeah. Let's see if we can get a full rotation. Yeah, that feels really good. Let me bring you in close so you can see that. So I can spin that all the way around. That feels really, really, really good. Okay. Well, next up is this battery. Here is the control box. That's where your starting solenoid is. It's over in this direction here. And the fuses, and then the starter lives, I think, under all that mess. So let's see what this battery's doing. All right, so the battery's hooked up. I want to test it real fast and see what we're getting as far as our voltage goes. I'll just hold it up for you. Okay, so not bad. 12.38, 12.39, right? Yeah, 8.9. So we're a little above 12. That should be more than sufficient to give us a crank and see what it's doing. All right, so we got the plugs out. Let's put some power to this and see what it wants to do. All right, here we go. Okay, so we're getting a clicking sound. It sounds to me like it's coming from this box. Here, you listen. Yeah, it sounds like it's coming right there from the solenoid. So we need to see if power is getting across that solenoid. And then if it is, start directing our attention towards the starter. Okay, with key on and we're not hitting the start switch, we should see this light light up, which we do. Okay, so we have 12 volts going in. What we have to do now is find where it comes out, which is here. Now we have to see if that lights up. Boy, that's going to be a little tough. Let me get another alligator clip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this alligator clip down here on the other post. Okay. Did we get it? Okay. Then we're going to run this over to our test light. Okay, so power is not currently going through. Let me hit the button. Now, if the solenoid is bad, no power should be going through. If the solenoid is good, the light should light. Okay, well, so electricity is going from the battery to the solenoid. We hear the solenoid click, and power is going through, and that is reaching the battery or the starter. So let's now clip this to the positive terminal on the starter. Make sure there's not a broken wire or something to the starter. this is going to be hard for you guys to see and likely is equally as hard for me. But I'll talk you through it best I can. Boy, it's such a hard spot. Okay, we're going to do most of it by feel. Okay, here's where the starter wire mounts. What I'm doing is trying to pull the rubber boot back. Okay. Okay. Now let's take this. Stick it down here. Boy, that is easier said than done. It really helps that you can't see virtually anything. All right, so it's really hard for me to get the wire to clip on. What I'm going to try to do is hold it on by feel. I'll find it again. Okay, that should be the post. Okay, so electricity is getting to the starter, but the starter, no starter. Okay, so I have you over here at the monitor, and this is the parts diagram of the starter, but what I want to take note is these bolts here. Best I can tell is there's only 2 mounting bolts holding the starter to the case of the engine. And here is a photo. Boy, that's really bad glare. There we go. And here is a photo of the starter. So we see these 2 bolt holes. I believe this is a ground, and then this is where the starter wire goes in. So I think we should be able to pull that out pretty easily. So let me take you back over to the ski, and I don't know that you're going to be able to see much, but we're going to give it our best. Well, guys, we were doing really good, and then I dropped my wrench, and like anytime you're working on something like this, the wrench went below the engine, in between the engine plate and the hull, but I can't get it. And the only other option I see is to do it the way the book says to do it, and that's to remove all of this stuff. So, what the heck, right? Well, I was trying to avoid doing this just because I think it's going to cost more money, because there's 0% chance that these seals don't rip. But what the hey, right? We're in it for a learning experience. So let's learn. Probably want to keep these in order, I would imagine. Ooh, now we start breaking bolts, and stuff is going to get real weird. Oh, gosh. Now it looks like it's got a little Loctite on them. That's good to know. That makes me feel a little better. Boy, they are tight. Good gravy. All right, got a more appropriately sized wrench for this job. Yeah, it's not so bad with the right tools. Oh, God, that scared me. I thought that broke, but it's just short. Whew. Well, well, it's funny. I didn't mean to do that because I was trying to get this hose off. Okay. Smells like antifreeze. Yeah, smells like antifreeze. So it was winterized. Ooh, but check this out. This right here are the water passages, I believe. Maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, I think so. Huh. Let's get a pick. You can see over here the water passages are nice and clean. But over here, legitimately, look at this. This is the only spot water was going through. Is it supposed to be open or is that a gasket? Oh, dude, I say that's supposed to be open. And it's gotten plugged up with schmutz. Gosh, I don't know. Well, either way, we're going to have to buy new because that is probably not okay anymore. Gosh, I don't know. I can't tell. I just don't know. You don't know what you don't know. Seems to me that should be open. Well, the next piece we have to remove. I hope there's only 2 bolts. I believe is this piece here. Let's see if we can get this little hose out of the way. Well, at least this one's cooperating. crunch you heard there was the wiring just getting in the way. It's funny, the smell of this reminds me of an old motorhome with the RV antifreeze. If you've ever been around an old motorhome, they have a distinct smell when you get them out first time of the season. This is what it reminds me of. Let's see if I can drop this socket down to join the 10 mil. What I'm going to do here is put all these bolts back where they came from before I go and get all this jazz mixed up. No. Okay, so now we just have another hose clamp down here. And this one looks like it's going to be a royal pain in the you-know-what. Boy, that feels tight, like there's more bolts. I wonder if there are. Man, I don't see any. Let me give it a thump with the old rubber mallet. Boy, that feels solid, like it's still bolted. Okay, there's that. Now, you guys saw that. How many times did I check? Multiple times. And that last one was holding on. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, there's the starter. That's what we were trying to get at this entire time. Oh, I hear washers coming off. And I hung up on here. Now I got a couple hoses down there. So I think I saved these. I don't think these are damaged. All right, well, I think I'm done for this evening. My back is killing me. Let's get back to work tomorrow. All right, guys, it's the next day. And we got a little bit better access to all the parts and pieces down here. So let's take the wire off. I know I'm going to block your view for a moment, but Okay, so here is the starter. This is the one we just took off. And it feels really stiff. I don't know exactly what it should feel like, but we have a broken O-ring here. I haven't seen where that other piece is, but for grins, let's take it apart and see if we can maybe determine what happened to it. Okay, I don't know if you can see. Bunch of crud. So these little pieces here are the brushes. Oh, there you go. Those there are the brushes. Here, 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 and here. And if you guys happen to watch a channel on YouTube called Farmcraft, he did a really, really great episode on alternators. And this is, electric motors are all kind of the same principle. And his video on fixing large Marge alternator, really did a great job of explaining. And I'm going to say, right, that looks broke. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, guys. So these pieces, if I can hold that up, see that there? Those are supposed to mount up in here. Let's see if I can show you that. Let me get a light. So right here and there are where these guys are supposed to mount, and they're broken. So I think what was happening is the electricity was going into the post, but it wasn't passing through to the brushes to excite the motor. So interesting. I don't know what would have caused that. Maybe some water. I really don't know. Maybe it's designed obsolescence. I mean, I don't know. That's pretty interesting. But, well, we know why, and I don't think that's something we can fix, nor is it something that I want to fix. Let's pull this little winding out of here and see what that looks like. Oh. Okay, so there's the housing. Maybe a better view now. Yeah, there you go. So those pieces went right up inside there. Interesting. So here's where the brushes ride. Okay. Let's see what the new one looks like. Okay, this unit is from a company by the name of SBT, Small Block Technologies. They were recommended to me by a buddy who has done similar projects, and so far I've been really happy with them. Okay. SBT high torque starter. Well, let's hope it looks like the other one. first inspection, I'd say it looks really good. Ironically, similar feeling to how tight it rotates. This one's just obviously less gritty. Yeah, this is essentially the same thing. So let's get some grease on those O-rings so we don't mess those up. I'll just use a dab here. A dab will do ya. This is red and tacky. I use it for everything, from wheel bearings to implements. Okay. Well, let's go back to the ski and get this installed. I was hoping I had dropped a washer. I was really hoping to find it. Okay, well, the starter is in. It's all hooked up. The battery's still hooked up. I just want to bump the starter over to see if the engine is going to crank. So we'll turn it on. Let's cross our fingers. All right. Fantastic. Oh, love it. We've only got about 2 days working on it. There were a couple days waiting on the starter. I've got a battery charging just off of camera. The battery that's in it doesn't belong. So this one fits. And I want to get some paint for these parts that we took off, the exhaust parts, as well as new seals. So I looked last night. And the seal that I thought was corroded and junked up, we actually poked a hole in it. That was incorrect. I ruined that gasket. So I've ordered new ones. They should be here in the next couple days. So I think we're going to wait, and I'll bring you back when the extra parts or the other parts get here. But I think we're getting really close. We'll probably have to clean the carbs. I bought a new shop tool. I'll show you that when we pull the carbs off. But exciting stuff. The main thing is that the new starter fixed the cranking problem, which I was pretty certain it would, but you never can tell. So we got that fixed. Man, I think she's halfway to ready to be fixed.